Mark. Thank you, Jim. Hello, you makers. Crazy makers. I'm not sure where to look. I'm going to start looking in this direction, and then I'll just kind of spin around. If I heard Mark right, he asked if everybody was having fun, and you guys said what? Okay, good. I just want to be absolutely sure about that. So anyway, my name's Mike, and I work on the Discovery Channel, and I do a show called Dirty Jobs. And has anybody seen Dirty Jobs? Awesome. It's great. Just so I'm clear and be honest, who here hasn't seen Dirty Jobs? Just give me a quick show of hands. You, get out. You are gonna, security. Thank you. All right, so here's the thing. About 400 of you have already asked me what I'm doing here today. So let me give you the short answer. I'm here today because I really believe there's a television show to be made around people who make stuff. And I'm not talking about a cheesy competition show or anything like that. I'm talking about a show a lot like Dirty Jobs, where we go around the country and we find people who have an idea. And then we find a way to make sure that idea gets to the market, and we learn some things and we have a few laughs along the way. You know, on Dirty Jobs, it's such a simple show, and all I really try and do is find people who aren't afraid to get dirty. I want to keep doing that, but I want to do it with people who have an idea and who want to find a way to make that idea work. Last week, and this is weird, I was in Congress. I was invited to testify in front of the Senate. Now, this is so goofy because oh, thank you, it's very nice. Oh, nice of you to say. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, but it was the Senate of Manufacturing and Commerce, and I basically went there because they were having this big conversation in Washington, and we're having a big conversation in this country too, you know, about what a good job is and about how come we don't make things the way we used to. So we had this big conversation about making stuff, and that's really when it occurred to me that it would be fun to come here to talk about that. And I remembered a guy, he was just on stage, his name's Jim Newton, he's over at Tech Shop, and he called me over a year ago. And he came to see me in San Francisco because, you know, he was getting Tech Shop going, and he wanted some ideas on whether or not he thought it could be a TV show. So he comes and sees me, Jim does, while I was narrating. I work on another show called The Deadliest Catch. Anybody see it? Fine show. So I'm sitting in a recording studio saying things like, January, the vast Bering Sea, right? And I look up and, you know, Jim Newton's back there, and he comes in and we start to have this conversation, and he tells me about Tech Shop. And as he starts to explain what it is and what it does, I find myself just getting more and more agitated because it sounds like such a great idea. Basically, for those of you who haven't been to a tech shop, what these guys have done is they've basically created Thomas Edison's garage, and you can have access to it. All the tools you would ever need to make any of the things that ever occurred to you might be a really good idea. You can do it at this place called Tech Shop. So I'm thinking, my God, this is such a cool notion. Anyway, that was a year ago. That's how I know these guys. Next thing I know, Dirty Jobs is still going on, Deadliest Catch is still going on, but I've got this idea that something else should be going on too. A show that celebrates ideas in the same way that those other shows celebrate work. So, I said to Jim, what do you want me to do? Can I come by and see your place? And he said, yeah, you can come by and see the place, but what you really got to do is you got to come to the Makers Faire. And you got to meet the people who have the ideas. And I'm like, and he gave me a card. I'm like, well, they spelled Faire wrong, for one thing. There's no E in Faire. He was like, no, you have to understand. I'm like, yeah, well, buy a vowel or something, man. Make a new alphabet, but whatever. I'm like, I'll come to the Makers Faire. Well, I've been walking around for the last hour, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day here to get a better idea of what goes on. And when I leave, I promise you, I'm going to do everything I can to figure out how we can get a show on the air that celebrates people with ideas like you have, like Jim and Mark have, and make this whole thing into something that's as much fun as Dirty Jobs. That's my plan. Anyway, I don't see what could possibly go wrong. Why, it's as good as done. But since I don't have anything pressing to do, and since I believe Tyler's out here with a microphone somewhere, if you guys are into it, I'll stand here and answer questions. Oh yeah, this guy.
Hey, questions?
Anybody has a question about Dirty Jobs,
Okay.
Deadly Sketch,
Okay.
anything you want.
All right. Nice and easy. Okay.